There's a lot of you. So many of you. Welcome. Welcome to Club Lucina. I am your host, Leonardo. They call me the Governor. I'd like to welcome each man, woman, and, we have children here? We brought children to a speakeasy. I don't judge. I don't judge. Do they at least pay? They're free. I would have charged double. But this is a speakeasy. While it may be, prohibition outside, inside, we're a little looser. But we do want to discuss with you the problems of alcohol. As these ladies will describe, in first, you take a drink. Let me remind each and every one of you that the music and the lyrics for the songs in this pre-show and the music throughout the whole show has been created specifically for this show. Original music and lyrics. Check your programs for more information. Also, let me please apologize for the raid we had earlier. We have greased the right palms, and that should not happen again. Also, a reminder, since we have a huge crowd, to make sure there's no seats in between you. So if you have an open seat, we'll probably place a person in it. We may have to helicopter them in, but it will happen. Now, to make up for the raid we had earlier, I give you an act that is so exotic, so fantastic, so family friendly. Lady? Wasn't that wonderful? I knew you'd all be big fans. Wait for it, let it roll back. Well, it's a good time to also remind you that to our standard look but don't touch rule, especially you, sir. You don't want to end up in the book. Now, the Lady Ursula is going to tell each and every one of you why you're to play.
Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare. We want you to always know the latest we're planning for you, so please sign up for our mailing list at the Audience Services tent and follow us on social media so we can inform you of exciting events, such as our roaring SVS 20 Gala on October 14th at the Hotel De Anza. We hope you'll also join us for our world premiere of The Hood of Sherwood, which runs here at Sanborn Park in repertory with Much Ado About Nothing through Labor Day weekend. You can find the performance calendar in your program or at www.svshakespeare.org. Please turn off your cell phones so as not to disturb your fellow patrons or drain your batteries in this zone of limited reception. Tonight's show will have one 15-minute intermission, during which concessions will be available at the tents where you received your tickets. Restrooms are just across the footbridge where you entered and to the left. In the unlikely event of an emergency, our staff will direct you to our evacuation area, across the footbridge and up to the open grove area you passed when you arrived. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy as Silicon Valley Shakespeare presents Much Ado About Nothing.
Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He's very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many men have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
Victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro has bestowed much honor on a young Florentine named Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as he ever was.
I pray you, how many have he killed and eaten in these wars? That's how many have he killed, for indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, peace. You tax Signor Benedict too much, but he will be meat with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victual, and he hath hoped to eat it. He is a very valiant trencherman in faith. He hath excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. As for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with but one. Who is his companion now? He hath every confident and sworn brother.
It's possible.
Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but as the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your book.
No. And he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young swearer that make a voyage with him now to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord. He will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. Oh, God, help the noble Claudio. He hath got the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till the hot January.
Good Signor Leonardo, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house. The likeness of your grace.
Oh, you embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
No, Signor Benedict, for then you were a child.
Truly, the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain? Are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die when she has such meat food defeated as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then courtesy is a turncoat, for it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. If they else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor in that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind. So some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse than 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue in so great a continuer, but keep your way, in God's name I am done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
Signor Claudio, and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo has invited you all. I tell him we shall stay at the least a month.
Oh, very
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to your brother the prince, I owe you all due.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Pleasing your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo. We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple, true judgment? Or would you have me answer after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
I, in faith, may think she is too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I'm in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. Speak you this with a sad brow.
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin. She were not possessed with a fury. Exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary. If Hero would be my wife.
To come to this. Shall I ne'er see a bachelor of 80 again? Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonardo?
He is in love! With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how rich his answer is. With Hero, with Leonardo's rich daughter.
Oh! Amen if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire will not melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. As she brought me up, I do likewise give my most humble thanks. But that I will hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, as time shall try. In time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull, nay. But if ever the sensible Benedict do bear it, pluck out the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, "Here is good horse for hire," let them signify under my side, "Here you may see Benedict, the married man."
Signor Benedict, repair to Leonardo. Commend me to him and tell him that I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you.
To the tuition of God from my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend, Benedict.
Nay, mock not, mock not. The body of your discourse is sometimes guarded with fragments, and the guards are but slightly basted on neither. Else you flout old ends any further, examine your conscience. So I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's is his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward in ascended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hero with a book of words. If thou dost love fair hero, cherish it. And thou shalt break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Oh! I know that we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise and tell fair hero that I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then to her father will I break, and the conclusion is she shall be thine. Into practice, let us put it presently, huh?
Without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach, and wait on no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without control. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken newly into his grace, whereas it possibly you should take true root but by the fair weather that you make yourself.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace, and it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage and rob love from any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? Ah, what news, Baraccio?
I come yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo. And, I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Ooh. Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? What's he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
Proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo.
Ooh. A very forward marked chick. How came you to this?
Being entertained for a perfumer, as I was smoking a musty room, comes me the prince and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I went me behind the arras, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should rule Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her the Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food for my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. You are both sure and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Shall we go see what's to be done?
We wait upon your lordship.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I can never see him, but I'm heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man who were made just in midway between him and Signor Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
So one hath Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and one hath Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse. Such a man could win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never find thee a husband that thou art so shrewd in thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed.
To curse is more than curse. I shall lessen God's sending that way, for it is said that God sends a cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed he sends none.
So then God will send you no more.
Just if he send me no husband, for the which blessing I am at him on my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I cannot endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband who hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that is more than a youth, he is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore I will even take 6 pence in earnest to the bear ward and lead his apes into hell.
Well then, go you into hell?
No, but to the gate. And there will the devil meet me, like an old cuckold with horns on his head, and say, "Get thee to heaven, Beatrice. Get thee to heaven. Here's no place for you maids. Render I up my apes and away to St. Peter's for the heavens. Shows me where the bachelors sit, and there we live as merry as the day is long."
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Father, as it please you." Yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make curtsy again and say, "Father, as it please me."
Well, niece, I do hope to one day see thee fitted with a husband.
Oh, not till God make men of some metal other than earth.
Daughter, remember what I told you. Should the prince solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time. If the prince be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out your answer. For hear me, hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure, and a syncope. The first suit is hot and hasty as a Scotch jig, and as full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly modest, as a measure, full of state, and ancientry, and then comes repentance. And with his bad legs, falls into the syncope, faster and faster until he sinks into his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, Uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
Ah, the revelry my friend. Come, sister, make good room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly, and look sweetly, and say nothing. I am yours for the walk. And especially when I walk away.
Oh, with me in your company.
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so?
When I like your favor. For God defend the lute should be like the case.
My visor is Philemon's roof. Within the house is Jove.
Why then your visor should be thatched.
Speak low, if you speak low.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many of qualities.
Oh? Which is what?
I say my prayers aloud.
Oh, I love you the better. The hearers may cry amen.
I know you well enough. You are Signora Antonia.
At a word, I am not.
Oh, I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit her.
You could never do her so ill well unless you were the very lady. Oh, here's her dry hand up and down. You are she. You are she. At a word, I am not. Come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to, Mum. You are she. Graces will appear. And there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of 100 merry tales? Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What is he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the Prince's jester. A very dull fool. None but libertines delight in him. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders. He both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he's in the fleet. And would he had boarded me?
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
do. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are more refreshments in the dining room.
That, Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are not you Signor Benedict? You know me well. I am he. Ah, Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is, enamored with Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth. How know you he loves her? Well, I heard him swear his affection.
So did I, too. And he told me that he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us go to the banquet. Thus answer I in the name of Benedict, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the opposite affairs of love. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, Hero.
Count Claudio,
Yea, the same.
come! Will you go with me?
Whither?
But the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Do you think the prince would have used you
I
thus?
pray you leave me.
Poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep into sedges. That my Lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. Prince's fool. I am not so reputed! It's the base though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and thus gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count?
Ah, truth, my lord, I've played the part of Lady Fame. I found him here, as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace hath got the goodwill of this young lady.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman who danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me, past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester. That I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon me with such impossible conveyance that I stood there like a man at a mark with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her termination, there were no living with her. She would infect to the North Star. So indeed all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Oh, look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand that you can devise to set me on. I will fetch thee a hair off the great Cam's beard. Do you any embassage to the pygmies rather than spend 3 words conference with this harpy? You have no employment for me?
None. But to desire your good company.
Oh, God. It is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him good use for it. A double heart for his single one. Marry, once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may truly say that I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom your grace sent me to seek.
For her now, Count. Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil Count, as Seville as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true. Though I'll be sworn if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I've broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen.
Speak, Count. 'Tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin. You cannot stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Indeed, my lord, I thank it, poor fool, it keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she does, cousin.
Good Lord, for alliance. Thus goes everyone to the world but I, and sunburnt. I may sit in the corner and cry, hi-ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace to pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. And to be married best becomes you, for out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then a star danced, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
Cry you mercy, uncle, by your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant spirited lady.
There is very little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She's never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I've heard my daughter say she's often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughter.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, no, my lord. She mocks all her words out.
You were an excellent wife for Benedict.
My lord, if they were married but a week, they'd talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday, my dear son. Hence are just 7 days, and a time too brief to have all things answered my mind.
Come, you shake the head at so long a breathing, but I warn thee, Claudio, the time will not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors. That is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I warrant not but fashion it if you three will but minister assistance as I should give thee direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights watching.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. But go in with me. I will tell you my drift.
or I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to them, and whatsoever comes athwart his affection ranges equally with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Well, not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship some year hence how much in favor I am of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
Well, I can at any unseasonable instant of the night appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
A poison in that lies in you, the tempter. Go you to your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation you mightily hold up to a contaminated stale. Such a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of this?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and kill Leonardo. Look here for any other issue.
Only to despite them I would endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me any hour to draw Don Pedro and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero is in love with me. And take the kind of zeal both with Prince and Claudio as in love of his brother's honor who hath made such a match, and his friend's reputation who is thus likely to be cozened with the semblance of a maid, that you have discovered this. They will scarcely believe this without trial. So, offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero. Hear her turn me Claudio. And bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can. I'll put it in practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be confident in the accusation, and my cunning will not shame me. What is she even?
Is a fool when he dedicates his behavior to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there were no more music in him than the drum and the fife. And now, would he rather hear the tabor and the pipe? I have known when he would walk 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. Now, will he lie 10 nights away, carving the fashion of a new doublet? He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now, has he turned orthography? His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? Cannot tell. I think not. I'll not be sworn that love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll be sworn on it Till he hath turned me into an oyster, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. Yet, till all graces be in one woman shall never come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be what color please God. The Prince and Monsieur Love. Hide me in the arbor.
Blows, whistle, and she moves
See you where Benedict hath hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come, Balthazar. We'll hear that song again.
Oh, good, my lord. Tax not so bad a voice to slander music any more than he wants.
It is the witness still of excellency to put a strange face on her own perfection. I pray thee sing, and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit, her he thinks not worthy, yet he woos. Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot on sea and one on shore. To one thing constant, never. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and leave light and body burning on your sound of woe into pain. Nani, nani. Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more.
Good song. I pray thee, get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we would have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Come hither, Leonato. What was it you told me of today? That your niece, Beatrice, was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, aye, stock on, the foul sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she has from all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor. Is it possible?
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Oh, God, counterfeit? Never came counterfeit of passion so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? Well, she will sit you. You have heard my daughter tell you so.
She did indeed.
How? How, pray you? amaze me! I would have thought her spirit's invincible against all assaults of affection.
So would I, especially against Benedict.
It's a gull, but the white-bearded fellow speaks it.
He hath obtained the infection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affections known to Benedict?
No, says she never will. That's her torment. For she will be out 20 times a night, and she will sit there in her smock until she has written out a sheet of paper. Oh, my daughter tells us all.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses, oh, sweet Benedict! God, give me patience!
She doth indeed. My daughter tells us so, and the ecstasy has so overborne her. My daughter's afeard she may do a desperate outrage to herself. She's very true.
It were good that Benedict knew of it from some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it, and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, it were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything, but in loving Benedict.
Hey!
Oh, my lord! Wisdom and blood combating in so tender a vessel, we have 10 proofs to 1 that blood will win out. And I am sorry for her. And I have just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage upon me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray thee, tell Benedict of it, and hear what it will say.
Is it good, you think?
Hero thinks surely she will die. She says she will die if you love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if you woo her.
If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
If indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind very wise.
Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, she may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it from your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and I could wish that he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
Indeed, do not dote on her upon this. I will never trust my expectations.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewomen carry. The sport shall be when they hold one in opinion of another's dotage, no such matter. That's the scene I would see, which would be merely a dumb show. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. Ouch. Conference was sadly born. They have the proof of this from Hero. Love me. Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. I will say I bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, she would rather die than show any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a proof. I can bear witness to it. And virtuous, so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. Why, my troth. It is no great addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly. For I will be hopelessly in love with her! I may perchance have some odd quirks or remnants of wit broken on me, for I have railed against marriage so long. Doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled! When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I would live till I were married. By this day she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice! I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure, then, in the message?
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife point and choke a doll withal. You have no stomach. Fare you well, senor.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains to give thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much as to say any pains I take for you were as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity of her, I am a villain. Get her picture!
Good murder! Run into the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice proposing with the Prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear, and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her.
I'll make her come, I warrant you, presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of vanity. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did Mary. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made that only wounds by hearsay. Oh. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely? And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they love Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Does not the gentleman deserve as full as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love.
Sure, I think so. And therefore, certainly, it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw man how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him always accepted, my dear Claudia.
When are you married, madam?
Why, every day! Tomorrow! Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's lying, but I warrant you we have fought her, madam.
Oh, if it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
Fire is in my ears. Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell. And maiden bride adieu, no glory lives behind the backs of such. And Benedict, love on! I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
Gallants! I am not as I have been.
No, methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Hang him, truant. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
Old Signor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. My lord and brother, God save you.
Good done, brother.
Your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you. Yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know. You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter and aim better at me. By that I will now manifest. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and in dearness of heart hath hoped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely, suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed. The lady is disloyal. Who? Hero, even she. Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero. Disloyal. The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think you a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight. You will see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it better fit your honor to change your mind. May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will go with me, I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly. If I see anything tonight why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed, there will I shame her.
As I wooed for thee to obtain her, then I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no farther till you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
Oh, dang untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarted. Oh, plague right well prevented, so will you say when you have seen the sequel.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, your elsewhere pity, but they should suffer salvation for the soul.
Nay, and that were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, knave and dog for it.
This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrant men. You shall bid any man stand in the prince's name.
Well, how if he will not stand?
Why, then take no note of him, but let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he's bidden, he's none of the prince's subjects.
True. And they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and to talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
Oh, we will rather sleep than talk. We know what belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly by your office you may. But I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. Now, the most peaceable way for you, if you should take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You've noticed called a merciful man, Father.
Mary, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
But how if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then depart in peace, and let the child wake her with crying. For the you who will not hear her lamb when she bears will never answer a calf when he bleats.
'Tis very true.
This is the end of your charge. You, constable, you are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, violate your thing, that he cannot.
20 shillings to one on it. Any man who knows the statutes, he may stay him. Mary, not without the prince be willing. For indeed the watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offense to stay a man against his will.
Violate think it's beside
Well, masters, good night. And there be any matter of weight chances, call unto me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own. And good night. Come, neighbors.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go sit upon good questions too, and then all to bed.
One word more, honest neighbors. I pray you, watch about Signor Leonato's door. The wedding being there tomorrow, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
Comrade!
Here, man, I am at thy elbow.
Oh, Matt, and my elbow which I thought a scab would follow.
I will be an answer for that, and now forward with thy tale.
Come here close, and I will true drunkard utter all to thee.
Please, masters, stand close.
I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She, leaning out the mistress' chamber window, gives me 1,000 times good night. Oh, I tell this tale violent. I should first tell you how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted, placed, and possessed by my master Don John, saw from afar in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they that Margaret was hero.
Two of them did, the pretty Claudia, but the devil my master knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oath, which first did possess them, and partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly through my villainy, which did confirm any slanders that John might have made. He went away with Claudio in rage.
We charge with Princess Gangsters! Call up the right master constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
Master, never speak. We charge you to obey. You go with us.
Good Meg, I'll wear this.
By my troth. Not so good. And I warned your cousin would say so.
My cousin's a fool, and now I'm another. I'll wear none but this. God gives me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
Will be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee, art not ashamed.
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Is not your lord honorable without marriage? I think you would have me say, saving your reverence the husband. In fast thinking, do not rush to speaking all offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think. And to be with the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise, it's light and not heavy. As my lady herself, there she comes.
Good morrow, cousin.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, come now, do you speak in the sick tune?
I am out of all other tune, methinks.
Lapse into flight of love. That goes without a burden. Do you sing it, and I'll dance it.
Oh, you light of love with your heels? Then if your husband have stables enough, he shall see he shall lack no barns.
Oh, illegitimate construction. I scorn that with my heels.
It's nearly 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. troth, I am exceeding ill. Hi-ho!
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all, H.
Well, then you not be turned hurt. There's no more sailing by the star.
What means the fool, troth?
Nothing I. But God sends everyone their heart's desire.
Your gloves that Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin, I cannot smell.
Ooh, a maid in stuff? Oh, there's goodly catching of colds.
God help me. God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Even since you left it, doth not my wit become me wearing?
It's not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap. By my troth, I'm sick.
Oh. Well, get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus. Bring it to your heart. It is the only thing for a fall.
There thou prickest her with the thimble.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think far enough. Ooh. Nay, by your lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list, nor I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think. If I would think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, that you will be in love, or that you can be. Yet, Benedict was such another. And now is he become a man. He swore he would never marry. And yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. Margaret! How you may be converted, I know not. But methinks you look with your eyes, as other women do.
What pace is this thy tongue, King?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The Prince, the Count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are come to bid you to church.
Oh, how many dressed as husband they
What would you with me, honest neighbors?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Well, brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time.
Marry, this it is, sir.
Yes, in truth, it is, sir.
What is it, my friend?
Goodman Burgess speaks a little off the matter, sir. An old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as God help I would desire they were. But faith, honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I'm as honest as any man living. That is an old man as honest as I.
Comparisons are odorous. Palabras, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors! You are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so. But we are the poor Duke's officers. But truly, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all of your worship.
All thy tedious on me, eh? I would fain know what it is you have to say.
No, sir, I'll watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, has taken a couple of us errant knaves as enmity.
A good old man, sir. He will still be talking. As they say, sir, when the age is in, the wit is out. But God help us, it is a world to see. Well said, the faith, neighbor Burgess. Well, God's a good man. And two men ride of a horse, one must ride behind. And on a soul of faith, sir, by my troth he is as ever broke bread. But God is to be worshipped, All men are not alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes before you. I must leave.
One word, sir. Our watch, sir, hath indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourselves and bring it me. Now I am in great haste, as it must appear unto you. Drink some wine, there you go. Very well.
We are now to examination these men.
We must do it. Why ye slain?
And we shall spare for no wit, I warrant you. Here's that shall drive some of them to a non-come. Only get the learned writer to set down our excommunication and meet me at the jail.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her, friar. You come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your soul to us.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
Do I dare make his answer?
None. Stand by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God has given her.
And what have I to give you back? Whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing. Unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again! Give not this one glory, dear friend! She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Oh, comes not that blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid? By these exterior shows, but she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
My lord, if you have, in your own proof, vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
No, Leonardo, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to a sister, showed her bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
You seem to me as Dian in her orb, as chaste as is the bud ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he does speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand here dishonored that has gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
No!
What man was he who talked with you yesternight out of your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked
you are no maiden.
Oh!
Leonardo, I'm sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who indeed, like a most liberal villain, hath confessed the violent encounters they have shared 1,000 times.
Aye, my lord, they're not be named, not to be spoke of. There's not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment. Oh, hero, what a hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell thou, pure impiety and impious purity. For thee I will lock up all gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang to turn all beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it more be gracious.
And no man sag and report here from me.
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light smother her spirits up.
I know, cousin Hero.
Have comfort, lady.
I know.
Dost thou look up?
Wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why does not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not sleep here. Do not open thy eyes, for if I thought thou wouldst not quickly die. For thy spirits were stronger than thy shame. There would upon the rear one of reproaches strike at thy life. So, grieved I had but one. Should I for that frugal nature's frame one too much pity? Why had I one? Why was thou always lovely in my eyes? Why could I not, with charitable hands, take up a beggar's issue at my gates? Besmirched thus and mired with infamy, I might have said, no part of this is mine. This shame derives itself from unknown loins. But mine I loved, mine I praised, mine I was proud. Mine so much that I myself was true myself, not mine. Stallion of her. She had fallen to a pit of ink. The wide sea hath dropped too few to wash her clean again. The salt too little, which may season her foul. Take it,
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired in wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No. Truly, but until last night I have the 12th husband her bedfellow.
Confirmed! Confirmed! With the two princes lie. That Claudio lie, when speaking of her foulness, watched it with tears. Away from her! Let her die!
Hear me a little, for I've only been silent so long and given way unto this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I mark 1,000 blushing apparitions start to her face. 1,000 innocent shames and angel whiteness beat away those blushes, and in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the air these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading nor my observation, which with experimental skill does warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, my reverend calling, nor divinity. If this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting air. Lady, what man is you are accused of?
They know who do accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdom be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John, the bastard.
I know not. They but speak the truth of her, these hands. But if they have wronged her honor, the proudest of them shall well pay.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the prince, has left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Marry, sir, this well carried shall, on her behalf, change slander to remorse. That is some good. She, dying, that so must be maintained upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of all years. For it so falls out that what we have we prize not to the worth while we enjoy it. But, being lacked and lost, why then we rack for it. Then we find the virtue that possession would not show us while it was ours. So good fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habits than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, and wish he had not so accused herself.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you. And though you know my inwardness and love is very much unto the Prince Claudio, that by mine honor I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow with grief, smallest cry.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to strange sores, strangely they crave the cure. Come, lady. Die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but for long. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin was wrong.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
Very even way. No such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office. But not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Not that strange.
Strange is the thing I know not. It were it possible for me to say that I love nothing in the world so well as you, yet believe me not. And yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
No sauce that can be devised to it. I do protest. I love thee.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
Then do so with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart. None is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me tonight. Farewell.
Nay, Terry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here.
Nay, but
There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
we'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the heights a villain that has slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh God, that I were a man. What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk to the man out of the window, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice,
My hero, she is wrong, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice.
He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
No. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. And so I leave you. Go. Comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. So, farewell.
Which be the malefactor?
Mary, that am I, and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined?
Yea, Mary. Let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Horatio.
Frank. Write down Serratia. Yours, Sarah?
I am a gentlewoman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Write down Mistress Gentlewoman Conrad. Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves. And it will go near to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are not.
Run, dark dead. It is a marvelous witty lady, I assure you. But I will go about with him. Come here hither, Sarah. A word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought that you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you that we are none.
Write down that they are none.
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
The watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these two.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Oh, right down, Prince John, a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call a prince's brother villain.
Massacre.
Pretty fellow, peace! I do not like thy look. I promise thee.
What heard you him say out?
Oh, Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary as was ever committed.
Yea, by the mass, that it is.
What else, fellow?
That Count Claudio did mean upon his word to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
Villain! Thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let these two be bound and brought to the Leonardo. I will go before and show them their examination.
Come! Let them be opinions.
Let them be the hand job. Home.
God's my life! Where's the sexton? Oh, let him write down the prince's officers' coxcomb. Come, bind them. Thou naughty varlet.
Away! You are an ass! You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? That he were here to write me down an ass. But let us remember that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. I am a wise fellow. Which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina, and one who knows the law, true, and a rich fellow, enough, and a fellow that hath had losses, and one that hath 2 gowns, and everything handsome about him. Come, bring them away. That I had been rid down an ass.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself, and 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
Bring me a father who so loved his child, whose joy of her is overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak as patient. There is no such law, but sister. Men can counsel and speak comfort to those griefs they themselves not know. But having tasted it, their counsel turns to passion, which before gave perceptual medicine to rage. Fettered strong madness with silken thread, coached ache with air and agony with words. My griefs are louder than advertisement.
Therein to men from children nothing differs.
I pray thee peace. I will be flesh and blood, for there never yet was philosopher who could endure the toothache patiently.
Yet then not all the harm upon yourself, make those that to avenge you suffer too.
There, thou speakest reason. I will do so. My soul tells me that Hero is belied. This shall Claudio know. So shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here comes the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good day, good day.
Good day to both of you.
A word, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonato.
Oh, some haste, my lords. Well, very well, my lords. Are you so hasty then? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old men.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Thou dissembler, thou. I say thou hast belied my innocent child.
Say not right, old man, my lord.
My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he
The
dare.
Weir will not have to do with it.
Think thou canst death me, boy? Thou killed my child. If you kill me, boy, you kill a man.
Kill two of us and men indeed. That's no matter, let him kill one first. When me and where me, let him answer me. Come follow me, boy. Come, sir boy, come follow me, sir boy. I'll rip you from your pointing fence.
Sister?
Content yourself. God knows I love my niece and she's dead. Slandered to death by villains. Scrambling, outfacing, fashion-monging boys that lie and cause themselves to crave and slander.
We will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death. Upon mine honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord, my lord!
I will not hear you.
Come, sister, let's away. I will be heard.
Or some of us shall smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, senor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, senor. You were almost come to part almost afraid.
We had like to have had our two noses snapped off with two old people without teeth.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make a good how you dare with what you dare and when you dare. Do me right. I shall protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady and her death shall fall heavy on you. There you go. On my mind. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Till then, God be with him.
He is in earnest.
Most profound earnest.
He hath challenged me.
Most sincerely.
Did he not say my brother was fled?
Come you, sir. And justice cannot tame you. She shall ne'er weigh more reasons in her balance. Nay, we did cursing hypocrite once, you must be looked to.
How now? Two of my brothers thou own bound, Verrocchio one?
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these two done?
Very, sir. They have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
done. Thirdly, what's their offense? Sixth and lastly, why they are committed. And to conclude, what you lay to their charge?
Rightly reason, and in his own division. And by my troth, there's one meeting well suited.
Masters, who have you offended that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet Prince, let me go no further to mine answer. Do you hear me? And let this count kill me. I have deceived even your very eyes, but your wisdom could not discover. These shallow fools have brought to light who in the night overheard me confessing to this lady how John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady hero. How you were brought into the orchard and saw me poor Margaret, his hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. My ability they have set on record, which I would rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady has died based on mine and my master's false accusations. Briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
Poison whilst he uttered it.
Did my brother set thee on this?
Yea, he gave me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed in treachery, and blood he is upon the villainy!
Sweet hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come, bring the plaintiffs away. By now our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter. Masters, do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Where is the villain? Let me see his eyes, so that I note another like him. I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
You would know you're wronger. Look on me.
Look on the slave that with thy breath had killed my innocent child.
Yea, even I, alone.
Yea, villain, thou beliest thyself. Here are a pair of gentlemen. The third was flanked by the hand of it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Recorded amongst your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done. Think you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaken.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. If you could labor aught in sad adventure, hang an epitaph on her tomb. Sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house, since you cannot be my son-in-law, but yet my nephew. My sister has a daughter, almost the twin of my child who is dead. She alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin. Thus dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Then tomorrow morning I'll expect you. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall be face to face brought to Margaret, whom I believe was packed all wrong in this.
No! But my soul she was not, knew not what she did when she spoke with me. But has always been nothing but just and virtuous in anything that I know by her.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in her punishment.
I thank you for your care and honest pay.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
Here's for your pay.
God save the foundation.
No, I discharge thee of thy prisoners, and I thank you.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, whom I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the benefit of others. God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart. And if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor!
Until tomorrow morning, my lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
The God of love, who sits above and knows me, how pitiful I deserve.
I mean in singing, but in loving. Leander, the good swimmer, Troilus, the first employer of panders, the whole book full of these quondam carpet mongers, whose names yet run smoothly in the even road of a blank verse. Why, they were never truly so turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I can find no rhyme to it. I have tried. I can find no rhyme for lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn. Hard rhyme. For school, fool. Babbling rhyme. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I call thee?
Yea, signor, and depart when you bid me.
Don't stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. But ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is that the knowing what passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words. Thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the words out of his own sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge. Neither I shall hear from him presently, or I will subscribe him a coward. Now I pray thee, tell me, for which of my bad parts did thou first fall in love with me?
Oh, for them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they would not allow any good parts to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love? Good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. Now tell me, how does your cousin?
Very ill.
How do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God. Love me and mend. Here will I leave you, for here comes one in haste.
Ned,
You must come to your uncle. Yonder's old coil at home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go here this soon, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Done to death with slanderous tongue was the hero that here lies. Death, in guerdon of her wrongs, gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame.
So are the Prince and Claudio, who accused her on the error you heard debated. Margaret is at some fault for this, but against her will, it appears, through force of all the question.
Well, I'm glad that all things go out so well.
And so am I, else by faith being enforced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, you gentlewomen all, withdraw to a chamber. When I call for you, come hither masked. The Prince and Claudio promise at this hour to meet with me. Oh, sister, you know you're on this. You must be mother to your brother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with firm counsel.
Friar, I must entreat your pace, I think. To do what, Signor? To bind me. Or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonardo, truth it is, good Signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
That eye my daughter lent her, 'tis most true.
And I, with an eye of love, requite her.
The sight of which you had from me, from Claudio and the Prince. But what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. But for my will is for your goodwill to stand with ours. This day, to be conjoined in most honorable marriage. In the which, good friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is to your liking.
And my help. Here comes the Prince of Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio.
We here attend you.
Are you yet determined to marry with my sister's daughter?
I will hold my mind.
Call her forth, sister. Here's the friar ready. That you will not do until you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy friar, I am your husband. If you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero.
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled. But I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero? The hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but while her scandal.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites have ended, I'll tell you largely a fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar. And to the chapel, let us present.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What's your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why then, your uncle and Claudio and the prince are deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Truth? No. No more than reason.
Why then my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they swore you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore that you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no matter. Then you not love me?
No, but in a friendly recompense.
Come, cousin. I know you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her. For here is a paper written in his hand. Back in to Beatrice.
And here's another written in my cousin's hand from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
Lady and baby.
Miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this hand I take thee for pity.
Oh, I would not deny you. But by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I heard you were in a consumption.
I'll stop your mouth.
How dost thou Benedict, the married man.
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of wit-crackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. Man will be beaten with brains, he shall wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, though I do purpose to marry, I shall think nothing to any purpose the world may say against it, and therefore do not flout at me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised and love my cousin. Come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' heels.
Let's have a dance afterward.
First of my honor. Therefore, play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
My lord! Your brother John has changed flight and brought with armed men back to his city.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers!